So we're back with a brand new episode of Walkin Talkin with Tim, and my guest today is Fred Wasiak. Did I say that right?
Oh, it's perfect.
I see that. I practiced that. And Fred is the president and CEO of the Food Bank of South Jersey. I got it right, right?
You did.
So
far, so good.
So far, so good.
I only bumped into you once.
You're all good. So the first thing we're going to do is have Fred tell you guys exactly what it is the Food Bank of South Jersey does, because I just got a lesson and I did not know how big this whole thing was.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. And first of all, thank you for picking the most perfect day to be on the Walkin Talk.
It's February, whatever, and it's 20, it's 70 degrees.
70 degrees. So, yeah. But thank you, and it's good to be here. You know, the Food Bank of South Jersey, we serve 4 counties. It's Burlington, Camden, Gloucester, and Salem counties. Yeah. And we are distribution to over 200 partner agencies within these 4 counties, right around 58 different communities. And so we provide healthy, nutritious food to these agencies, so everyone we're supposed to feed doesn't go to bed hungry. Secondly, we provide health education, nutrition education, because we want people who receive food or understand that first and foremost, how do you find nutritious food, prepare nutritious food, and use all of it so there's less food waste. And plus all the health benefits around eating nutritious food. And the third pillar is we work with other partnering organizations, is how do we help people have sustainable, healthy, fulfilling lives. And so we're a network in these 4 counties. We're the largest food hunger relief organization in South Jersey, and we've been busy.
But you said it's nationwide. It's 199
yes.
of you?
Very good, good memory. We are part of the Feeding America network of 199 food banks across the country, including Alaska and Hawaii and even Puerto Rico.
I love how big this is.
Well, it's just been named as, I think it took over United Way as the #1 nonprofit organization in the country through Chronicles of Philanthropy.
Congratulations to you guys.
So we're part of an amazing network doing just unbelievable great work.
And speaking of doing great work, one of the things that you said was during the pandemic, and even now, I'm sure, you said that, sometimes when folks were coming through getting food, the gratitude was just amazing. And talk a little bit about what that was like.
Yeah, so, just to build upon that, as everyone was feeling this pivoting of shutting down and the whole trauma of the pandemic. And so we found that people's lives obviously were changed, and we would have 40% of our people in our food lines during the pandemic were brand new to food insecurity. And so to overcome the shaming, never knowing where to find food, and so many people were up against, do I pay for electricity, do I mortgage, all these things. And
can't decide. There's no choosing.
Decide. And so we were there to help them, have some relief so they can use funds for other things. But the gratitude of people in these car lines with tears, children in the back seat holding signs, "Thank you," and that was time and time again. And
it's moving. I mean,
it's quite moving. And even though it's difficult of seeing the disparity, the hopelessness, serving people in those lines, which we do all the time, is just rewarding as our staff and volunteers. They're mission driven.
Yeah, and you said even after that was all said and done, and you got through the pandemic, because I think we're pretty much out of this thing right now, right?
Yeah.
You said that we have collateral damage. We have folks that aren't over it, that have trauma from things like that. You were talking about the people that were serving folks in line. That it's hard to see people suffering.
Yeah.
And I was telling you that I remember getting a COVID test one day, and I remember the poor young girl running around the parking lot and just people screaming at her. You know what I mean? It's just nuts. What people have gone through. Even the kid, like I said, the kid at ShopRite bringing the groceries out to you. You're like, this poor kid, what's he thinking these days,
Well, the level of anxiety has heightened, and I don't think, our population has really realized how heightened we've adapted to an unhealthy environment. And so, some of that ripple effect of secondary trauma or, like the individual that did want to stop for us at the crosswalk.
Yeah, exactly.
And then did it, but made a face.
Right.
You know, so
Something's wrong with us.
There's something.
Why are we crossing the street?
So there is this, you know, whether we're out of COVID paused, but we're in this ripple effect.
Yes.
In our society that there's still such a need out there.
Absolutely. So let's talk about you. First, I want to talk about something you just brought up right before I turned the camera on, which is the 4 Fs.
Oh man.
So this dude has got 4 Fs. Tell everybody about the 4 Fs. Come on.
Well, there's 5.
There's 5. I'm sorry, there is 5. That's my bad.
Yeah. So
You're the 5th.
My dad, my mom decided to name. Well, I'm the second in line, so I'm the 5th. Decided to
Talk about the F word.
I have 4 brothers, and there's Felix, Fred, Florian, Francis, and Ferran. And Ferran is our youngest brother. He's 15 years younger than I am, and he was supposed to be the sister
Right.
of this, but we got a basketball team instead. So our initials are all FCW, and it's just been a riot. But it was difficult for my mom because if your name wasn't in order, then you were the one most in trouble.
Ah, that's
You know?
funny.
So, but anyway, yeah, that's a pretty cool thing.
It is a pretty cool thing. I thought that was really interesting when
Well,
you
thanks
said
for
it.
bringing it up.
I'm glad you said it right before we came on. So, also, so you're married, right?
Yes.
3 kids,
Yep.
and you said that your parents hail from Poland.
Yep.
Was it your mom?
Mom directly from Poland. And
6 of them, 6 sisters.
7 sisters.
7.
Yep.
Keep getting
7,
off.
7. Yep. That's all right. And we got 2 more miles to go.
We're
so
good.
We got a lot to
We're
talk
good.
about. Yeah, my dad's parents were from Poland, so it's yeah. So we're here.
And you're a Niagara Falls guy.
Niagara Falls. Yep.
So we got to talk about you being from Niagara Falls and the whole thing. You grew up there, right?
Are we going to slowly return step by step?
No, inch by inch.
Yeah.
Slowly.
How many miles was on that sign when they were going to Niagara Falls? Yeah, Niagara Falls. It's that's it was a fun place to grow up.
Yeah, man. And then you said you made your way to Jersey through working with the YMCA.
Yeah. So long career in the YMCA, and Jersey was kind of the last stomping grounds in my Y career, YMCA career. And but my wife is convinced moving to New Jersey was so I can finally meet Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, you told me that. Whoa.
What happened?
He's your best friend.
He doesn't know it yet.
He doesn't know it yet.
We're working
Bruce,
on that. If you see this,
Fred's your best friend.
best friend. Here we go.
This Fred, this
Yep.
guy.
And his middle name is Fred.
Oh, Jesus.
So, we got something going there. Yeah. So Jersey, North Jersey, we're in the 51st state down here. We're living in the Pine Barrens, and we just love the quietness and solitude of South Jersey.
Yeah, you did say that like one of your favorite things to do was to hike, right? Like you like to go into the woods, and you said bathe in the woods.
It's called forest bathing. So it's a real thing, and I didn't take any courses on it. But I do
You're about to give one.
I do feel the effects of, just being in nature, and and some reading I have done. So if you're out in the woods, the live plants and trees, they're reciprocal. They feed off of your energy as well. So it's just a soothing, calming, and just a nice rejuvenation for me to be in the woods.
But all of the places that you have lived and live now are all out there, kind of in the woods.
Yep. Catskills.
Because you like it nice and quiet.
I like it nice and quiet.
Tell them what's running in your office. At work.
Well, I have the monitor.
The guy that grew up, like, how many blocks from Niagara Falls?
Yeah, 12.
12 blocks from Niagara Falls. Go ahead.
I have a monitor in my office, so it's a soothing. So when staff come in,
Yeah.
I have a monitor of the 8-hour loop of if someone put a camera next to a stream in the mountains, and so I have
Water.
I just have the water.
Water.
Yeah,
Water.
water.
Go figure. The
That's
guy who
great.
grew up 12 blocks from Niagara Falls and heard the roaring of the water all day and night has water running all day in his
All day.
office. I
Yeah.
love that. That's the definition of irony. So,
That's great.
so what's next for Fred? You said you had a consulting company for a little while, but and you kind of fell into the food bank thing, right?
Yeah.
So, and you love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You said you weren't sure when you went in. You were kind of like, I think this is going to be a good thing. But yet the 4 years, or was it 4 years?
Yeah, a little over 4 years now.
Right? So I got that one right. Hey, there you go. I got one right.
We're getting there.
So you got 4 years in, and you're loving what you're doing. What's your favorite part about what you're doing?
That's a good question. Favorite part is just seeing the hope in individuals that we serve because we're there to help them.
Oh yeah.
And you don't look for it, it just happens.
Yep.
And it really, at the end of the day, knowing that you may have had the opportunity, blessed with the opportunity to have had one life breathed easier, that's a pretty good day.
Even for a day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So working with an incredible team, staff team, we've got a wonderful board of directors and our volunteers. People are called. It's a purpose-driven organization, and people, there's that calling that you can't fight it, that we're all there where we're supposed to be to help.
Serving on a board, not sitting on a board,
Right.
as you said.
Serving on a board.
There's a difference.
There is a big difference.
Fred straightened me out. We're talking about how many boards you can possibly help out, and the truth is, you got to serve on a board, not sit on a board. Your words. Loved it.
All right, you can use that.
I will be able to use that. That's all. I just did. So we're good.
We're good.
So moving forward, I mean, what do you think is next for you? I mean, you think you're going to do the food bank for the rest of your career?
Yeah, as I said earlier, it's a calling, and blessed with an assignment. We're on a closer end of retiring, but I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and until something else comes up, right now I'm going to be here. So.
And you said you and your wife.
Well, she's got less than 3 years to retire from education.
And you kind of want to inch back up to the falls, maybe?
Oh, well, the Catskills.
The Catskills.
We love the Catskills, yeah. We love the shore and the Catskills. We got to figure out both entities.
And he's going to be Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. They're going to be, they're going to be dancing.
Yeah.
Dirty dancing in the Catskills.
So, but I'm ready, whatever's next. Being empty nesters, we're ready for the adventure.
So let's talk a little bit about, I always ask everybody that I have on this thing, I always ask for advice for anybody that's up and coming, because there's a lot of, I serve with the Gulf County Chamber of Commerce, and I'm involved with the Crew on Deck, which is young professionals, and I'm also involved a little bit with Rowan University, and I really want to get more involved in helping kids. So what would your advice be to young kids coming up? Because you've had a pretty interesting long road.
Yeah.
So what would your advice be to anybody that's up and coming as to, what would you advise them to do to get ahead?
It's fairly simple, but it takes work and practice. And especially, we were talking about the environment we're in, where, just different populations just want to work that remote and not have that contact.
Yeah.
But really what you need to practice is just to be present when you're in conversation with someone else.
Pay attention.
And because there's two avenues of communication, one's hearing, one's talking, but if you can be present in the present of another, that is a present. That's a gift of kindness. And when you're moving up in your career or whatever it is, in that conversation, the only thing you want to focus on is you want to be interested, not interesting. And that's being present.
Like that one too. Nice, very nice. So if people get a hold of you for any reason, I'm sure you love when people reach out and want to give you food, right?
Yes.
And help you guys out. So how do they do that?
The best is to go to two things. If people need food and or if you have the means to support. Foodbanksj.org. That's our website. You go to the tabs. One is a food finder. If yourself or someone is in need of food, go to the food finder. You can plug in your zip code and it'll direct you to one of the 200 pantries that we serve. And or if you have the means to provide, every dollar provides 3 meals.
Wow.
And there's a tab there to donate. And really, monetary donations really helps us purchase the healthy, nutritious food that our communities deserve.
3 meals per dollar, that's a lot. Well, something that's, hey, hit him up. Donate something, right? Give him a call. All right, well, listen, thank you for being on.
My pleasure. Thank you.
This was great of you to come up here and hang out with me today. And everybody out there, thanks for watching. Keep on moving, keep on walking. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and now YouTube. And remember that this show is powered by Telecorp Technologies. And we will see you next time on Walkin' and Talkin' with Tim.